Shalom Chaverim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, a quick take of our broadcast. Sputnik News reporting here about Moon Jae-in, the new president of South Korea, warning that war with North Korea is a very real possibility. That after the latest rounds of North Korea's not only their continued rhetoric against the rest of the world, but also the test firing of the intercontinental ballistic missile that has just really heightened tensions all over the world. And you know, it's just really kind of interesting how this is playing in. Really, I can't help but wonder when I think about the former president of South Korea and the bribery scandal that caused her to be ousted out of office, and then suddenly, when we get the new president in there, or even before the new president came in, there's been so much heightened concern about North Korea's nuclear program. And then all of the extra military drills that were going on that just seemed to spark more and more tensions in this region here. It's almost as if it's been a setup from the beginning. And of course, they had to get the other president out because of the fact maybe she just wasn't willing to go along with a fight against North Korea. Don't know, but anyway, Moon Jae-in, he is certainly saying that he's willing and expecting that a war could break out. It says, mere hours after President Moon stated in his intention to reopen negotiations with the People's Democratic Republic of North Korea, the DPRK, the leader tempered his suggestion by asserting that an armed conflict with his northern neighbor was probable. That's not looking good at all, guys. Not at all. And then on top of that, we have another story that's kind of interesting here, one to share with you, and that is Mr. Spicer is talking about on World Israel News. It says, watch Trump spokesman Spicer won't answer if Western Wall is in Israel. Watch what we have here.
Right. Thanks, Sean. Could you wait? Can I just do one more? What's something that General McMaster declined to answer on 2 occasions from behind that podium that's causing some unhappiness on the Hill? The refusal to say whether the Western Wall is in Israel or not. Can you explain why you guys can't answer that question?
I mean, the Western Wall is obviously one of the holiest sites in the Jewish faith. It's clearly in Jerusalem, but there's been it's an issue that has had serious consideration. It'll be a topic that's going to be discussed during the president's trip between the parties that he meets with. But obviously, I think this stems from a comment that was made yesterday, and with
interesting. Just can't say the Western Wall is in Jerusalem. Of course not. You think the Pope of Rome would allow him to get away with saying something like that? There is just no way. No way at all. And then another thing that caught my attention as well. Will Trump survive the multiple crises his administration is facing? But notice the title of the article, Trump's administration facing Watergate-sized scale crisis. Definitely seems to be so. And of course, they're really beginning to hammer on this. President Trump had disclosed highly classified information. And we know that his own office personnel have came out denying this and saying that it is not so. But it certainly seems to be definitely continuing to rise. I cannot help but think about Jesse with BP Earthwatch and a video that he did not too long ago where he says that he believes that it's only a matter of time before they oust Trump from the presidency to replace him with something far worse. Not saying that Trump is a bad guy myself, but I just thought that that was a very, very ironic video that Jesse did on with BP Earthwatch there. And been watching myself very closely because he mentioned about the timing of when this would be, and he looked at the Daniel's prophecy of the half of the week, the 3.5 years. So 4-year term, and when does that start? As he said, the day that he got elected as president, or would it start from the day that he actually took the office? Don't know, but it definitely seems that there's a lot of people bent on removing him from office. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, a quick take of our broadcast this evening. Shalom.